Imagine a single block, the size of a few football fields. Now pack 50,000 people inside it. No laws. No planning. And almost no sunlight. For decades, a place like that really existed, in the middle of Hong Kong. People called it the City of Darkness. It was one of the most crowded places in human history. And officially, almost nobody was in charge of it. Secret Atlas. File 5. The City of Darkness. Chapter 1. The Loophole. It started as a small Chinese fort. Then, over 100 years ago, Britain took control of Hong Kong. But by a strange twist, this one tiny patch was left out of the deal. On paper, it still belonged to China. But China no longer really ran it. And Britain decided not to bother. So it fell into a gap. A place that belonged to no one. That gap became a magnet. If no government fully controlled it, then normal rules did not fully apply. And for a lot of people, that was exactly the point. Chapter 2. The City That Built Itself. After the Second World War, waves of refugees poured into Hong Kong. They needed somewhere to live. And here was a place with no building rules at all. So people just built. Floor on top of floor. Room beside room. No architects. No permits. Concrete poured wherever it would fit. Slowly, hundreds of separate buildings grew into each other, until they fused into one giant, solid block. A single structure, 12 to 14 stories high. There was only one real limit on the height. The airport nearby. Planes flew so low over the roofs, that the city was capped, just under their path. Chapter 3. Life Without the Sun. Down at street level, it was permanent night. The buildings pressed so close together, that sunlight simply never reached the bottom. The narrow lanes were a tangle of dripping pipes and bare electrical wires. Water leaked from above. People carried umbrellas indoors, just to walk through the alleys. To move around, you learned the maze. Hidden staircases. Connected rooftops. You could cross the entire city, without ever touching the ground floor. Because there were no licenses, the city filled with unlicensed dentists and doctors. They were cheaper than the official ones. So people from all over Hong Kong came here, to fix their teeth. Chapter 4. The Dark Years. For a long time, the darkness was not just about sunlight. With no police in control, criminal gangs, the triads, moved in and took over. From the 50s to the 70s, parts of the city ran on gambling dens, drugs, and other illegal trades. For outsiders, its name became a byword for danger. Then, slowly, that began to change. Police pushed harder. The worst of the gangs lost their grip. And the city settled into something stranger, and quieter. Chapter 5. The City That Worked. Here is the part people do not expect. For all its chaos, thousands of ordinary families lived here. Raised children here. And many of them loved it. Behind the dark alleys were hundreds of tiny factories and workshops. Making food, toys, and goods that were sold across Hong Kong. The city was poor. But it was busy, and alive. Neighbors knew each other. Kids played on the rooftops, above the smog, where they could finally see the sky. To them, this was not a slum. It was simply home. It became a strange proof of something. That even with no government, and no plan, people will build order out of chaos. A whole society, growing in the dark. Chapter 6. Tearing Down the Dark. By the 1980s, both governments finally agreed. The City of Darkness had to go. It was too crowded, too unsafe, and too hard to ignore. The residents were paid to leave. Many did not want to. This impossible place had been their whole world. But there was no stopping it now. In 1993, the machines moved in. And piece by piece, the city that had built itself, was pulled back down to the ground. Today, a quiet green park sits exactly where it stood. Neat paths. Trimmed trees. You would never guess that 50,000 people once lived, stacked into the air, right here. The lesson in the dark. The city of darkness is gone. But it left a haunting question behind. It should never have worked. No sunlight. No laws. No plan. And yet, 50,000 people did not just survive there. They built a working world, out of nothing but need, and each other. Maybe that is the real secret hiding in that dark block of concrete. That people do not wait for permission to build a life. They just begin. This was Secret Atlas, File 5. If these stories pull you in, there are many more waiting on this channel. Take care, and keep looking closer.